Hi everyone, welcome back to the Adore Beauty YouTube channel. My name is Megan and today I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
Today's segment is what's in your makeup bag. So I have set AB staff as a challenge. I want to know exactly what is in your all-time essentials makeup kit.
She's tough. It's a tough challenge, but you know, I'm all for a challenge.
Yep.
So I have whittled it down. This is what I would take if you told me, oi, you got to pack.
Yeah, like
you're going
you're going to Europe tomorrow.
Oh, I wish. And I guess because we working in beauty, obviously, probably a larger makeup collection than the average person.
Yeah.
But I've squished it all into this bag. This is kind of my essentials. So let's get into it. First of all, I love a clear bag.
Clear case is key.
It's just something about seeing it all in there. It's very comforting to me. So
and easy to clean if there's any spillage.
True. Mine is looking a bit messy. I feel like it's like what your bag actually looks like is usually smeared with
We're
product.
keeping it real here today. It's fine. Let's start with your face base.
Yeah.
Are you into primer?
I'm into like a hydrating base.
Yes.
A really nice hydrating skincare product to go under, like the Embryolisse. Oh, I'm gonna fudge the pronunciation.
That's okay.
The
Maybe pop a picture up for everyone.
The Lait-Crème or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that one I really like under makeup. But if I'm doing a primer, so if I want it to last the day, I use this one from Atelier. It's the face primer, but it's a hydrating primer that has a demi-matte finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of just like gives me the hydration and helps everything stay in place.
It's got a bit of grip to it, but it still gives you a really nice radiance. And now, what do you usually use as a foundation or BB cream, or what's your all-over base?
It's kind of tricky if you have freckles because you don't want to hide them, but also you want coverage.
Yeah.
So actually one that I've been loving, that I, for some reason, never got around to trying this until they've changed the name.
Yep, they relaunched.
Yeah, so the M.A.C Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Sheer Foundation. It really is, I feel like, Radiant Sheer Foundation. So I'm wearing it today.
It's very nice. It's buildable. It has a
Exactly.
really nice skin-like finish.
And it suits my dry skin really well because it's nice and dewy. They're pretty like random choices for favourite concealers, but I've got two. If I'm doing under the eyes, my favourite at the moment is this one, and it's actually a corrector, not a primary concealer.
Is this Bobbi Brown?
Yeah, Bobbi Brown corrector.
So interesting that you've gone with two pot set concealers. That's a bold choice.
I think maybe because I'm super dry skin, that I like products that are super creamy. That's kind of what it looks like. This works for me as a concealer, but it won't work for everyone because its primary job is to be a corrector. But I just love how awake this makes my under eyes feel. And then if I want more coverage, including on the old chin pimples, I'll go with this one from Napoleon Perdis, the One concealer.
I haven't actually tried this one.
Yeah, I do concur that it is the one. When they first launched, it was really limited shades, but they have since extended the shade ranges.
Good.
I'm using Porcelain, and I'm just going to shove my finger in there.
It's almost like more of a balm consistency rather than like
it's quite like creamy and wet.
Yes.
But it is actually really high coverage. So I would actually usually use a buffing brush to do my concealer, this one from Spectrum.
And now let's head to cheeks.
If I'm going away, I'm not really going to bring powder. Sometimes I use my bronzer as a bit of a all-over duster setting vibe, but
controversial.
Controversial. She's like,
No, that's okay. You do you, girl. Go for it. Yeah.
So the bronzer that I love, and if you have a fair complexion, any other rangers out there, I highly recommend Hoola Lite. So it's the same formula as the cult Hoola, but in a lighter version. I just go ham and apply it with a big fluffy brush. And then cheeks, I feel like blush is the one product that like kind of changed. Yeah, it changed my life. I came late to the blush party.
Yes.
I reckon I was probably like only 26, 27. So like a few years ago that I started wearing blush.
We got scarred. Blush was out for a bit.
Yes.
And bronzer was in, and now we've kind of made that shift back towards that fresh, dewy,
absolutely.
Blush look.
When you have a generally red complexion like mine, I felt like it was just going to make me look redder than I already do. Like once when I used to work in hospitality, this customer, I'll never forget, she came up and she was like, "Oh, I love your blush. What is it?" And I was like,
my skin.
It's me. We never spoke again. So I've got the M.A.C Glow Play. Again, you can tell this is it's quite like
confronting.
Yeah, to be like showing the actual products that you use every day.
So do you apply that with fingers, a brush, sponge?
Sometimes I would do fingers, and this one you can actually like, it's so creamy that it indents. Yeah. But generally I'd use a stippling brush like this. Yep. So I go dab, dab, dab. And then I use Megan's blush trick. I trace the line, so down the pupil and then up the cheekbone, like a good student.
For a lifted effect.
Yeah, and this is the shade that's peachy. So it's just like a very nice, vibrant shade that I just feel like lifts my complexion.
Really pretty for your skin tone as well.
And then the one I'm actually wearing today, which is more of like a soft, more like a deeper rose kind of vibe. The Giorgio Armani A blush.
Like a dusty rose type of colour rather than like your peachy.
Yeah. And I also swiped this on my eyelids today.
Yes,
nice. So I love doing makeup where it's like the same tonal colours.
It just ties everything together. Even
exactly.
your Hoola Light would be a great eyeshadow option if you're like, I want to pack light but still look great. That's a really good multitasker hack. Maybe let's go to eyes.
Yeah. Well, eyes is literally my blush.
Yes. So
most of the time.
The show's over, peeps.
One other product I did want to talk about is a cream shadowy stick.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not that steady hand with an eyeliner, but I find this one from Napoleon Perdis. The shade here is burgundy.
Yeah.
And I use it in a few different ways. So you could draw it on literally as an eyeliner.
Yeah.
Then you could smudge it out with a little angle brush for that kind of faux wing. Sometimes I might draw it over and then very quickly blend it out for an all over shadow, because sometimes like once they've set, they don't move.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done today here, folks. Yep. So that's eyes. And controversial again, I'm not really a big mascara person.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not.
I put it on this and I was like mind blown.
Yeah, I've put it on today just because we're filming and I want to look like I have lashes.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of lash lift and tint. I mean, if I didn't have much time, you only gave me like 12 hours notice. Yeah. Then I would pack a mascara and it would probably be... It would be a cheapy one because I don't use it that often and then they go dry anyway. So Maybelline Falsies. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But I've just noticed, do you use a highlighter or not? No wrong answer. I'm just curious.
It's like dun dun dun.
I actually don't usually use one these days, like very rarely. So
neither. I don't know. I think when things come in trend, you go hard, and then you pull back, and then you come to your middle ground.
Yeah, and then you kind of draw back to it in a little way.
Yeah. So if I am going to do a highlighter, it's usually a fluid liquid formula of some kind, and it's usually in a more of a like a neutral tone for me rather than like a silver or a gold.
Blinding.
Yeah, it's kind of like a champagne-y. This one's kind of rose. Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer Glow Enhancer. It's a pump, so I just do a bit on the back of the hand, dab here, a little bit down the nose, whack a bit up here.
You know what I've actually been loving? It's not technically a highlighter, but the M.A.C strobe cream. Yeah. Like, it was all the rage, and then I just kind of forgot about it, and I rediscovered it, and I just pop it on like the tops of my cheekbones, and I'm loving it. Yeah, anyway, that's my story.
Yeah. Back to my makeup.
Back to your makeup. Sorry.
Eyebrows.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of like tinting. Like I get my brows.
You're a procedures type of gal.
Yeah. I like to go in and it's like it might be 2 hours, but then I don't have to do it again. For another like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep.
If they're freshly tinted, I will just use a clear product. This one is. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. This sold out when we launched it. It was just went nuts. It's so disgusting inside. I can't even...
Show us. It's not that bad.
If you just dip your spoolie in, also disgusting.
So the next video is going to be brush washing with Amy.
I do wash them.
I know, it's normal.
So yeah, if you just dunk this right in here, you are going to end up with hectic brow lamination. My tip would be not to just dunk your spoolie in as if you're using a brow soap, because it is different to a brow soap. So I just pop a bit on my brush, and then usually I wipe off any excess on the lid. Anastasia says to do it on the front, but then I was like, that's gonna get so hectically messy. Yeah. So I do it on the inside, and I would brush through. At the moment I am due for a tint, so then I will go in with a thick brow product. I don't need filling in, I just want help with the colour. A tip I learned from from somewhere. I think it was a Benefit brow artist actually. Almost outline the brow. So I start and I draw like a bit of a line around.
Yeah.
And then I brush it through.
Like your baseline?
Yeah, and it helps to make it nice and like crisp underneath, but then you brush it through and then that kind of distributes the rest of the product nicely through the brows. This one is Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Brow Filler.
We've done our whole face except for lippies, and you are a lip lover.
Yes!
Like, you will have no makeup on a Zoom call and still have like a bright lip on.
I've brought a few different types for the different times and I would wear them.
Got one, two, she's
got
brought 5.
And then there's about 10 others in my handbag. The reason why I love a lip and I feel like a ghost corpse without a lip, because my natural lip colour is almost like a purpley, bluey, like I don't have a nice natural rosy
pigment in the lip.
Pigment in the lips. Yep. So I really prefer a balm texture, but I want the pigment. If I was going on a walk on this holiday of ours, I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Extra Lip Tint. This one's the shade Bare Raspberry. And as you can see, it's almost done, which is very sad. Gives you enough tint, but still very hydrating balm. Next step up from that.
She's bougie now.
Bougie balm. Yep, this is bougie balm. So the YSL, it's the Volupte Plump-In-Colour.
Yep.
So this one is like a...
I love the little love hearts.
Yeah. It's a coloured balm with the colour of a sheer lipstick.
Like a stain almost.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
Like that. And then it also has like the peppermint oil in it, so it's a bit tingly. So you get a bit of the plump as well.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
If I was going to do a gloss, if I was going to try and copy your kind of neutral lip, then I would do this one. It's the Maybelline Lifter Gloss.
Oh, this is such a good gloss.
Yeah,
everyone.
good bargain.
Yeah.
Nice big applicator so you can just smush it on. And this shade is 004 Silk, which is a nice... Again, kind of like that rosy.
Yeah.
That's the tones that tend to work well for us rangers. This is the one I'm wearing today. It's the M.A.C Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Colour and the shade is A Little Tamed. And I'm just obsessed with the colour.
So that's what you've got on today?
Yeah, that's what I've got on today.
So she's modelling it live, everyone.
And I'm obsessed with the colour. It has this kind of, it's like a suede
it's a velvet
liquid lipstick. Yeah, so not dry and crusty like some matte ones.
Yeah, because I usually turn my nose up at like matte finishes because I'm like, oh, it's going to be drying. These are not drying. They're really lightweight. They've got skin-loving ingredients in the formulations as well. So if you love a matte finish, or even if you're looking for longevity, if you pop one of those on first and then you can even gloss over the top, you'll find that your lip colour lasts so much longer.
Yeah. Finally, the most pigmented of the products, but still with a really creamy balm finish is the Benefit Colour Balms.
Yep.
So this one's the shade Poppy. So if I'm doing like a coral vibe.
Yeah, nice.
So it's super, very, very creamy. They say it's a colour balm, but really it's a lippy. But look at the pigment. That's like...
gorgeous. That really suits you as well when you wear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's my bag.
That's your bag.
That's my bag.
Well, I think that was an excellent selection of products.
Thanks, Megan.
And I think we're ready to go to Positano now, or wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Or just, down the street for,
even just
for a
somewhere
coffee.
Yeah. If you would like to see more of these, please just let us know, because I can work my way through the AB staffers.
Oh, yeah. You want something done around here, Megan's your girl.
I'll get it done. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, let us know. If you have any questions, then just pop them in the comments. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.